Hey everyone, I am so excited to share with you my chocolate banana brownies. I love them. They're fudgy, they're moist, they're studded with chocolate chips, and they're healthy. I have a few tricks up my sleeve to show you how I make them healthier. So you've got the flavors of chocolate, and you've got the flavors of banana, and you've got brownies. I mean, what could go wrong? So I'm gonna show you how to make them. Super easy, one bowl easy. You're gonna love it. Here's how you do it. Okay, I've assembled all my ingredients, but just to make it easier, but you really can just dump and stir. You really need just this one big bowl. So in here I have 2/3 of a cup of mashed banana, which for me was 2 medium overripe bananas. And then, so that's gonna cut out a lot of fat and add a lot of wonderful banana flavor. This is 1/3 of a cup of melted butter, and you can use coconut oil if you want to do a vegan batch. You can make these vegan and gluten-free. Here's 2 eggs. So if you want to make these vegan, you would use flax eggs, and you can go on my blog and see how to make a flax egg, but it's really easy. It's just flaxseed meal and water, and you let it sit for 5 minutes and it gets just like an egg, and it works just like an egg. So we've got those 2 eggs going in, and then we've got about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I never measure because I love vanilla, so you can't do too much. Whisk that, nice and blended. Oh, the bananas smell so good. Make sure you use overripe bananas so they're really mushy. You don't want to use a green banana. It doesn't get soft enough. Okay, now we've got 3/4 of a cup of packed light brown sugar. Dark brown sugar works also. Get that blended in. See how this is all just dumped and stirred right into one big bowl. I have it measured so that you wouldn't have to sit and watch me measure, but you don't have to do that. You can just measure as you go. Okay, now I have 2/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour. If you want to make these gluten-free, use almond flour. You could also use oat flour. I love almond flour in these though, that totally works. But I used all-purpose because I don't need to make these gluten-free today. And get that blended. And we've got 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened, and teaspoon of baking powder. That was a little short there. And pinch of salt. And I'm just gonna blend this until it's smooth, almost smooth. Doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. Whoops, isn't that pretty? Let's get some of this that landed on the counter. We want every little bit of that cocoa powder in there. I tend to make a big, huge mess when I cook. Baking, cooking. If you're not making a mess, you're not doing it right. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so small lumps are okay, because remember the bananas aren't totally smooth. Okay. Now, for extra chocolate, because more chocolate is always better, we're gonna fold in 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, chocolate morsels. See? Everything's flying out of the bowl. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful batter. Made lighter with bananas, made super fudgy with cocoa, studded with extra chocolate chips. Isn't that pretty? And it all came together in one big bowl, which don't we all love? Okay, so now I have an 8-inch square pan that I already sprayed with cooking spray so that I could line it with parchment paper and the parchment paper wouldn't slip. Then I put parchment paper on top and sprayed that again. So when you're taking the fat out of baked goods, some of the fat, it sticks a lot more. So you wanna make sure you use a decent amount of baking spray, cooking spray of choice. I use butter flavored cooking spray here. Okay, get this in here. Okay, and I'm going to smooth the surface with my chocolatey hands. Beautiful. Super easy. Get it in there. If you see little bits of cocoa powder that didn't get blended, just kind of work them in with your spatula like I'm doing with little bits that I found. And then what I like to do, because I think it makes a really pretty presentation, is to sprinkle the top with a few more chocolate chips. So you can see that there are chocolate chips in there and they're all over the top too. So this is probably like 2 tablespoons maybe. So half a cup went in and about 2 tablespoons went on top. Beautiful, loving that. And if you want these to be vegan, make sure you get vegan chocolate chips. Easy to find. A lot of them are vegan anyway, but now some of them are actually labeled. Okay, so there you go. You have these chocolate banana brownies ready to go into the 325-degree oven. And I'll show you what they look like when they come out. Okay, here they are. These cooked at 325 degrees for 19 minutes. So anywhere between 17 and 20 minutes. And I know they're ready because I put a wooden pick into the center and it came out clean. So I know they're ready. And now I'm just gonna cool them on this wire rack and then slice them into squares. And then we can look at how delicious they are on the inside. Wasn't that so easy? I know you're gonna love this recipe, and you can add more chocolate chips, you can add peanut butter chips, you can have so much fun with it. So I hope you do that. You can find the recipe on my blog. So there are links through Instagram and the link in my profile. So I'll put the brownies in my story and I'll put them on my feed, and then they'll always be living on my blog. So I hope you try them and follow me, subscribe, and comment. I love comments. And I will see you soon.